we will cover the topic of floating point numbers. Arm64 handles 3 precisions, 32, 64, and 128 bits. We will connect via SSH by entering the username, IP address, and password. We wait for the connection and change to the Arm64 directory, example 48. To solve example 48, we edit the file 48fmav.s with nano. Inside, as usual, we see the global directive with the start label. In the data section, we declare a variable called float1 of type word with the value 2.5 in hexadecimal, according to the IEEE standard. In the text section, we load the address of float1 into x0. Then we load its content into s0, which is a 32-bit floating point register. We move the content to W0 as a bitwise copy. We write the exit segment. We save and exit. When executing the script, it outputs 0. To verify the float content, we assemble with the G option, which enables debugging symbols. Then we link the object file to execute. But instead of executing it, we debug it with GDB. In the command line, set a breakpoint at start label, and execute using run command. We type S twice to step and display the registers with info register X0, S0, and W0, printing their contents, with X0 in hexadecimal. In S0 we see 2.5, which is what we wanted to verify, and in W0 the same value as X0. We finish execution, example 49. To solve example 49, we edit the file 49fcvt.s with nano. Inside we see the global directive with the start label. As usual, we use the data section to declare immediate values, since it is not allowed below. In text, we load the address of float1 into x0. We load the content into s0 and then convert register s0 to an integer in register w0, using nearest approximation with ties to even. Then we write the exit segment with 93 in x8 and the svc call. We save the program and exit nano. Now we execute it. We use the SLDEC script with a file name without extension, and the result is 2, since a tie returns the even value. Example 50. To solve example 50, we edit the file 50fmax.s with nano. Once inside, we see the global directive and the start label. In the data section, we declare variables f1 and f2 with values 3.1 and 1.2. In the text section, we load the address of f1. We load its content into register s1, then load the address of f2 into register x2 and load its content into register s2. In the floating point extension, there is the fmax instruction, which we use to determine the greater value and store it in register s0. We use the ZS modifier to truncate the content of S0 into W0. Then we write the exit segment. We save the program and exit nano. We execute using the SLDEC script and the file name without extension. The result is 3, since we truncated the larger value 3.1. Example 51. To solve example 51, we edit the file 51ftemp.s with nano. During editing, we see the global directive and the start label. In the data section, we define 3 global variables, the factor 1.8, the constant 32, and the test value 57, all of type double. In text, we load the address of the variable fact into x1 and its content into d1, then load the address of cons into x2. And its content into register D2. Then we load the address of the variable test into register X3 and its content into register D3. We then calculate the multiplication of test by the factor 1.8, as shown in the first part of the formula to obtain Fahrenheit. Now we add the number 32 using FAD instruction between registers D0 and D2, then convert the result to an integer. We use the ZS modifier in the conversion instruction, which performs truncated approximation. Then we save the program and exit nano. We execute using the SLDEC script and the file name without extension. The result is 134, truncating 0.6. Example 52. To solve example 52, we edit the file 52fecal.s with nano. During editing, we see the global directive and the start label. In the data section, we declare two global float variables, float1 and float2, both with a value 2.5 and single precision. We load the addresses of both variables into registers x0 and x1, then load their contents into registers s0 and s1. We compare S0 and S1 using FCMP. Using cset, we check if they are equal, leaving the integer value 1 or 0. That is, if they are equal, W2 would be 1, otherwise it would be 0. Then we write the if label to begin the conditional segment. If W2 is not equal to 0, execution continues to convert the value of S0 to an integer in register W0 using ceiling approximation. Then it jumps to the end label, which is the exit segment, and the program ends. However, this is only one of the conditions. The other case occurs when the condition is 0, which jumps to else, where the values are subtracted and converted to an integer. We save the program, exit nano, and run it with the SLDEC script and the file name without extension, which should produce 3. It produced that result because the values are equal and the ceiling of 2.5 was used. If we edit the file and change 2.5 to 3, the condition becomes false, jumps to else, subtracts the values using fsub on S0 and S1, and converts the result to an integer in W0. We save the program and exit nano. We execute again with the script, and now the result is 1, because 3.5 minus 2.5 equals 1. That is all for this video. If you liked it, give it a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and enable notifications. See you soon.